Undecided Option, Part 4, Nier Reincarnation, Record of Awakening. The vehicle carrying Fio and her arrived at its destination, an isolated building towering over the desert. Its silvery face shone in the sunlight. It was shaped like a ship, wrecked and run aground. Their driver, the machine lifeform, directed them inside, and there they saw a variety of objects lined up and displayed. There were mysterious devices in translucent cases and a big map of stars on the wall. Fio looked around in wonder. What is this place? This is a museum. It shows things about space and about humanity. Her answered Fio's question. Her's original duty was to observe humanity's records, so she was able to answer Fio's questions. What is space? Fio asked this too. It was understandable she did not know about space. In her time, it was not common knowledge. Her explained to Fio that space was where things like the moon and the stars and other very faraway things were. Oh, then I came from space too. When Fio said this, Her felt a sting in her breast. She always felt guilty about making Fio choose to come to Earth. Setting aside her feelings, Her looked around the room. The machine lifeform had proceeded ahead without their noticing. Fio was absorbed in the objects on display. Kano-chan, let's go look at more stuff. Taking her hand, Fio led her deeper into the museum. Rockets, satellites, great antennas, telescopes, meteorites. What's this? What's that? Her patiently answered all of Fio's questions. She thought she would lose her voice, but when Fio said, Kano-chan, you know everything, Her thought she didn't mind. Then the pair entered a domed room. There were no windows here. The only light came from the door of the room they entered from, and the light from the machine lifeform's glowing eyes. This is my favorite place. When Fio's and her eyes adjusted to the dark, they could make out what was around them. There was an odd machine in the center, and countless seats all around, facing inwards. To the confused Fio, Her taught her this was called a planetarium. Then the two noticed it. In one of the seats sat another machine lifeform. However, it did not move. Who is this? Fio asked, and their guide answered. It stopped moving, but this is my good friend. The two robots had wandered through the desert aimlessly before stumbling on this museum. When they realized it held the pool of humanity's knowledge, they became absorbed in studying space. The robots were especially interested in this planetarium. According to the documentation, the machine set at the center of the room would project light onto the domed ceiling and show the starry sky. But when they had arrived, the machine was not working. They wished to fix it, but did not know how. 15 years passed since then. The friend stopped moving. Its core had broken. It would probably never move again. I will stop moving too sometime. Before that happened, it wanted to realize the dream it had with its friend. It wanted to shine the stars in this room. The machine lifeform said so. Well, this planetarium, can we fix it together? Fio blurted it out as she looked at the projector. The machine lifeform's sadness at losing its friend, the desire to realize their dream. Her thought that Fio felt these emotions as if they were her own. She seemed the type to take on the pain of others. If I helped with repairing the planetarium, Fio wouldn't have to shoulder the machine lifeform's burden alone. I could begin to pay back the debt I owed for her choosing to part with Livonia. Her felt this as she agreed to Fio's plan. Having long observed the records of humanity, Her recalled how to repair the planetarium. First, they had to service the lighting to illuminate the dark room. Then, through her directions, the three of them collected usable parts from the salvage and other museum pieces. Through trial and error, they repaired the planetarium. Finally, the trio were searching the museum for a lens to use in projecting the stars. "Oh, that's it." Theo, with shining eyes, pointed above her. A model of a satellite hung from the ceiling. In it, what appeared to be a camera lens reflected the light. But as much as they stretched their bodies, they could not reach the model. The machine lifeform sat in discouragement. Theo reassured it. "Leave it to me." Theo climbed a large model of an antenna dish and leapt onto the model of the satellite. She deftly removed the lens, but in the next instant, her small body fell through the air. Before the other two could react, she was on the floor. "Are you all right?" Her had rushed to Theo's side. "Heh, I'm fine." Embarrassed, Theo pushed herself up onto her elbows. Although she fell from high up, she still protectively clung to the lens. The heroic effort tugged at her heartstrings. "I always ask too much of you." In her heart, she felt a strong wish to apologize to Theo. She didn't notice when Theo was tired in the desert. Even though Her had suggested how to fix the projector, she wasn't able to gather the materials by herself. And, because of her, Theo came to Earth. She left her dear friend behind. As she struggled to find the words to say, Theo said to her, "It's not too much. Sorry to make you worry about me." Her taught Theo so much. If she was without Kano-chan, the world she saw would be different. Theo was happy and having such a fun time. That's why she didn't mind such things. Theo said so with a smile. Her still did not understand how to take Theo, but she knew Theo was not lying now. There was overwhelming evidence that Theo was not the type of human to lie. The repairs on the projector continued. They failed many times, but encouraged each other all the while. But despite all the parts they gathered, they were still missing more lenses. Everything they could use, they were already using. The machine lifeform turned to the two frustrated faces of the girls. "If we need lenses, how about ours?" It said to use an eyepiece from itself and its friend. Theo and Her protested. It was perhaps the fastest way to complete the work, but it didn't need to give a part of itself. But the machine lifeform offered up a desperate reason. "I do not know when I will stop moving." The machine lifeform peered at its friend, motionlessly staring at the ceiling of the planetarium. "Do not worry. I am sure my friend would agree." The words were strong with conviction. Theo and Her met eyes and nodded in agreement. Ages earlier, they were weapons built to fight the forces of humanity, and their eyes had seen much. The two eyes that had over long years gathered many scratches and scars would leave their bodies and instead forever see the stars as part of the projector. They would look upon the universe. Her gently removed an eye from each machine lifeform. Theo carefully polished the lenses. It was like a ritual, as if they were offering a prayer. With the lenses ready, Her finished the repairs. The projector, as prepared by the three, was clumsily put together, but it would work. Her, Theo, the broken machine lifeform, and its friend. The four sat side by side in the seats and turned on the projector. "It's so beautiful." The dome filled with stars. Countless points of light shone in the darkness. The moon slowly soared up, lighting Theo and her friends in silver. "So this is space. It is beautiful. I am happy." The machine lifeform spoke as if it were speaking to its friend. Beside it, Theo looked to Her. "It's because of you, Kano-chan. Thank you." Theo's eyes shone more brightly than the stars. Seeing her face, Her broke out into a smile as well.